we're not going to trace over it, we're just going to leave it there. And before we get into our drawovers, anyone who knows me knows I like to do that, we're just going to try and move our rig roughly in that position. So let's see. The legs are up here. This is going to be tough because I don't actually know this rig. I'm not very comfortable with this rig, so I got to take my time and make sure I'm using the parts correctly. So that's fine. We're not going to worry about any foreshortening, nothing like that. Let's see. Let's move his body back like this. We'll knock him like that. Arms are up, and then this arm, we're going to need to foreshorten it, but for now, let's just do it like that. Nice, drop the head down a bit. Okay, looking good. So now we can go in, add a draw over layer on top of everything. Let's get a nice red color. Or let's get a nice red color so we can see. And now I'm going to look at this pose and try and sculpt. So I'm going to look at this pose and try and match my character to it more. So I want to make sure, let's make this a little bigger. 3. I want to get that nice curve, and see this negative space there? I want to make sure I get that. And the reason I pose my rig before like this is to kind of keep the proportions correct. So here, I'm pretty sure we can move the foot like a bottom view of the foot. We have some negative space. The belt line is like this way. And I really want to get the negative space between the legs. That is probably going to be a big selling point to this pose. And my draw over now is rough, and as we pose this character out, we can refine it a little bit more. So I'll look at the shoulders. I like that. We'll have the arm up like this. The shoulders are pretty good. And now, the hardest part is probably going to be this hand. So I'll just rough out a circle for the hand and kind of rough out the foreshortened proportions. It's not quite right. So if we look, the hand kind of is in line with his shoulder like that. So let's kind of do something like this. Maybe I'll even do it in blue so we can really see it. Okay. And for the hand, maybe I'll do it in blue so we can really see the difference. The hand up here. This is very rough. Nice. So our first draw over is done rather quickly, loose. Let's add another keyframe to save our poses. Oops. So let's add a keyframe to save the poses, and now we're going to go in and match, match our drawovers even more. So now we're focusing on things like foreshortening. We're going to use the deformers a little more to kind of get the nice C curves. Drop this down. So see, I made it a little bit too big. That's fine. I'm just going to follow the rig a little bit more as well. I made it too big. That's fine. I'm just going to follow the rig, and then we can fix the size after. No. So I made it too big, but it's okay because I'm just going to follow the rig. I'll use the shape as a guide, but I'll follow the size of the rig more. Let's see how these feet work. So we can kind of, I'm guessing, foreshorten them this way. If I want to see the bottom of the foot. This, okay. So this has a deformer, and I guess I can go this way. Nice. What a nice way to rig feet, you know? One of the things I hate is just drawing swaps for feet. Because you never get the angle you need, and when you do, animating it can be a nightmare. But with this, I think this is a great way to do it. Oops, what is that? Ah, there you go. The toes. This, I guess, is the sandal strap. Nice, and already, look, we're getting a nice upper bend to the foot. Let's bring this down, this here. I'm actually going to keep this foot a little higher, even though it's a little lower in the drawing. That's fine. Okay, select these. Move them in. We got to do this foot as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna use... I mean, I'm not animating this, so we can flip this foot. It's just posing, so that's fine. Right, get that nice angle. So in our reference, both feet are pointed up, so let's match that. We can at least see the bottom of both of them. Where is it? Let's move all these points down. This is 8 minutes. This is going to be a long video. So I can't get the bottom of the shoe. So I need to go into the node view. Heel. Sole. This is what I want. Okay, looking good. I kind of like the unevenness of that. Let's kind of drop this down a bit to connect the legs a little better. And I love the solid black shadows. I think that adds so much to a rig. The style is really nice. Pockets. We'll just put them up there for now. And then let's connect the knees. Just like that. Yeah, geez, Jordan, you have outdone yourself in this rig. This is amazing. This is awesome. You've outdone yourself, Jordan. This is awesome. So let's try and get the torso now. Let's get that nice curve. Nice, let's drop. He even has shoulders too. I gotta use the shoulders more. Let's drop it like this. This hand, let's try to not draw some new hands, but we may have to. Let's use this one. Point the arm up a little bit. So this is kind of breaking. What if we put this in front? No. So now let's focus on this kind of rhythm. I like that. So let's give him a shoulder bump there. And we're gonna we need to find the rhythm of the arm. And this I find really helps if you don't want your characters to look so cut out, is to give the arm some form and shape. Right? Give some curves, straights and curves. That kind of helps. Nice. So if we scroll back, we're already getting a way nicer shape. This could be a problem. I don't know why this is happening. Ah, okay. So this also needs to cut. That's smart. Don't exactly understand how it works, but okay. Nice, and we got that overlapping line. That's really helpful to kind of define the form. Here we go. Nice, maybe this is a little too curved or straight. Nice, so here, let's have the head drop like this. We'll put the hair in the back. Just like our reference, we'll have the eyes looking down. And then the eyebrows. Oh, I like how we can move both. Can sort of cut the eyes like this. We'll give him a nice, cool expression. We'll have some of the hair floating back, like he's in motion. Nice, and now for the hardest part is this foreshortened arm. So we do have a hand that fits perfectly, actually. We'll bring the hand in front, we'll scale it up a little bit. That's weird. Y is... Okay, nice, that's pretty cool. So we'll bring the hand first. We'll move it in front, scale it up a bit. This piece, the shoulder is sort of in front of the face. So we'll bring this here as well, scale that up. Or sorry, move that up in Z depth. Whoops. And now for this piece, we're going to use the deformers to kind of move everything here. We can rotate them like this, a little too much, to match up the elbow joints now. So let's kind of drop this down. We'll move this sleeve to kind of help sell that angle. The shoulders. And then here, we're kind of working on this. We'll make this more round. Just like that. And already, guys, that's our first pass. It's looking great. So this is what we had before. robotic, looks like a rig. Here, he's looking more like a person. So far, Jordan's rig is passing the test. Okay, this is good. Now, so we did a draw over, opposing pass. Let's do another draw over. So usually 2 draw overs is the way to go, because now I can kind of get in there and be very precise with my lines, because everything is already in place. So now I'm kind of just going in, adding some finishing touches. To clean up my lines. I'm following the lines of the rig. I'm not being loose at all. Okay, like that. Maybe I'll move his foot up like this. We want to get a lot of overlapping lines, because that kind of helps sell the 3D factor. So here, the butt kind of sticks out. I like that. And then here, we really want to sell this C-curve. Right, we're looking at some nice negative space. I actually like this foot. We'll go like that. Nice. So now all the hard work is basically done. We're just going in to make the rig look a little nicer. Right, get that nice rhythm in the arm. Here we might need some overlapping lines to sell this foreshortened arm. Here, here, and then this hand is fine. And then this hand is fine. Alright, so this part is going to be sped up. What is that? Okay, nice. So that is the first pose done. So this is what we started with. This is what we ended with. That looks great. Going to flip this whole, whoops. Let's move this character on his side like that. And we'll just do the same steps. We got the leg up here. I'm looking at nice negative space in between the legs. I want to get some of that. This arm is coming way in front of the camera, or way towards the camera, like this, as this arm goes away from the camera. So I'm not gonna, actually we can shrink that. Actually no, we're not. We're gonna use the deformers to shrink it. So the head, we probably want more of a front view for the head. Yeah, there you go. That looks a little better. And it's going to be behind, like that. Nice. So, draw over time. We'll go here, get our nice red color, and we're going to try and match this pose. So I'm going to be a little more careful just because it's a harder pose to nail down. So I want to focus on the hips. Let's get that drawn in. The leg up here. And again, the foot is kind of flexed. So we're going to be seeing that part of the foot. Nice. Let's keep this negative space. And we'll kind of go like that. But this foot, we're going to see the bottom. So that could be tough. There's also a nice kind of C curve here that I want to get. So first thing, let's move him down so it's matching more. Nice. So there's that C curve, just like this. His arm, it's going to be this way. And we're going to make it smaller. This arm is going to be a little bigger. And we're going to see the palm. Just like that. Nice. So we have a nice connection between the shoulders. And now his head, the features of the face are going to be pushed and squashed a little bit. Okay, that's a good map. Let's start with the legs. Alright, here we go. Let's move this down. Maybe we won't show. Maybe we'll just flex the feet. Alright, we can flip that. No big deal. And I want the legs right, to be in front. Just like this. The shirt, I wonder how this works. So we got this part of the shirt, we gotta flip it over. We have these details, move them up. Just like that. Okay, looking good. Is there a back part to the shirt is what I don't know. I don't think there is. Nice, we can adjust the legs a bit. Okay, drop this down. Whoops. Right, already we're getting more of a 3D feel. Let's kind of get the body position right now. It's probably going to be the most important thing. So he broke it into 2 pieces, which I kind of like. Maybe I'll start doing that. Like the torso is not just 1 piece, it's 2 pieces that you can move. So here, and then this collar kind of needs to be off the body, right? We want it to be back. Here, we're going to drop this arm. And now, so if I were to just scale this with the pegs, it kind of messes up the line thickness. Right, so I'm going to grab these pegs, click this, and scale it down by the deformers. Right, it just keeps that line integrity. I got a lot of calls for this. When I was working at the studio, my supervisors called me for line thickness all the time. Okay, here, same thing, scale. We can just scale the whole thing. Now we can move it. And now the hand, scale that as well. So already, we look, it's looking nice. This hand, oops. So already it looks like this hand is back, this hand is forward. We gotta bring the other hand forward now. Let's see what we can get. I think we're gonna have to use this one again. That's fine. Scale it up. So it looks like it's really coming forward. We'll move the arm like this into position. Now same thing, we use the deformers to kind of match. Scale them up. Looking good. So already that is a great pose. We're matching this really well. Now it's just the head. So the bounding box is weird. Did I leave something out? So here, let's drop the head. Let's kind of tilt the features up. Right, so it kind of looks like he's looking up. I actually think we could do this as well. We have the eyelids. Let's move those up. Right, to really force that perspective. And I gotta say, guys, I am loving working with this rig. This is my first time using it, and I feel already so comfortable. It's like I've been using it for years. There you go. You go like this. That pose is working. But yeah, for the sake of the process, let's do it. So now we're gonna go in, tighten up these lines. I can even put my smoothing to 25 to really make those lines smooth. We're just gonna make sure that all the lines are nice and exactly how we want them. Maybe there. I like this kind of perspective here. Just like that. We'll go like that. And I know both feet are, one foot is the bottom, showing the bottom. So let's try and nail that down as well. We got this, we got this. We have some poses here. So we can use the same outline of the foot. We're just going to have the bottom showing instead. And I like the negative space. Okay, now let's get drawing. There. We'll cover the shoe. Okay, nice. So that is the finished pose, and look at that. It actually matches pretty well, to be honest. We got the nice foreshortening here. Maybe what we could do, last thing, just kind of rough. I know I said not to do this, but let's see what happens if we scale up feet, just to kind of push that perspective even more. Maybe even the whole torso, or maybe even the whole lower body. We'll scale up the lower body and scale down the upper body and the head. Right, so now we're really pushing that perspective. Let's just adjust these. Nice, I'm liking that a lot better. So we scaled up the body, we scaled up the lower body, scaled down the upper body, and we're really pushing that perspective. So we got 1, nice, pretty simple pose. 2, getting a little more dynamic, that looks great. Pose, let's get this one done. I think the tricky part is gonna be getting this leg to look right, but everything else should be pretty straightforward. I think we're still going to use the quarter front. Let's copy that there. And same steps. We can kind of speed up these steps because we already know them, so we can do them a lot faster. We're looking at the nice negative space between the legs. We need to have this in behind. Same with that. And we may have to shrink this leg down, but not just yet. Okay, we'll spread the arms out like this. Right, and this arm's going to be going away from the camera. Same with this arm. They're going to be spread out like that. So let's get this here. We're going to have, that's a nice, that hand actually matches perfectly. We need, let's try, yeah, this is our classic one. This hand is helping us a lot with these poses. Like this. And there's kind of an S curve with the head. In the photo, it kind of goes in an S. So we will do, have the head like this, like that. And I want to still see some of the neck. Like this. There we go. Okay, nice. I'm happy with that pose. So now it's draw over time. Right, our nice red color. We got our 25 smoothing. And let's try and match this pose. So we want to get here is like an S. So we want to really follow that line of action. Here. Right, and the cleaner you can be with your drawovers right off the bat, the less of them you actually have to do. So remember the first one I was super rough, but now I'm a little more warmed up, so hopefully I can kind of make these drawovers a little cleaner, so I won't have to do them as much. Nice, we need to turn this foot like that. Let's go like this, something like that. And then I want to keep this negative space here. It's going to be really small actually, because you can't even see the foot in the reference. Here, like that. That should work. We want the shoulders to still be in line, right? But this arm is going back. So we need to curve the sleeve, and we'll shrink the hand like that. Nice, we want to keep that overlapping line in the chest to kind of separate the arm and the chest. And here I'm a little confused because I think it's going away from the camera. Like he's really spreading his arms wide. I don't know how that's going to look though. We may have to change it. Yeah, right? This is probably one of the easy poses, especially compared to the last one we did. Okay, drawovers are done. Now we go back in and we refine those lines. And this is going to be like a time lapse, I think, because no one wants to see this, or we already saw it in video. Shrink that. yeah. Okay, so the reveal, we have our draw over. We're going to delete it in 3, 2, 1. Nice. So not bad. We gotta fix a few parts here. Nice. Overall, it's looking good. Overall, it's looking good. We gotta fix a few parts. Let's do the arm. We just gotta fix these little joints over here. It's breaking just a little bit. This arm, we gotta connect these joints just a little bit more. We're gonna add some overlap there. And then here, and here we just gotta add a little more overlap. Nice. There you go, that's a little bit better than the head. And then here, last thing, with the hand, we'll just like add a new drawing substitution. And we'll just modify it a little bit to get rid of this little bump. There you go. Nice, so I say that is done. Look at that. So we matched these 3 poses, 1, 2, 3. Let's see how close we came. Right, this is looking really nice. Right, we got the underside of the feet, we got the nice expression and the foreshortened arm. This guy, I think this is probably my favorite one. The way the feet come forward and we got that, the way it looks like this is behind the chest. Really nice perspective here. And then this one was kind of an easy one, right? He's just falling, but lots of movement and a very nice a very nice S curve through the body.